Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I'm in my room again today because Tom's doing something related to art downstairs. He's using paint and he's been using a hairdryer, so if you can hear it, I'm very sorry. But yeah, this is going to be a first part of a video, so it's just going to be a mixture of things because I'm really busy over the next week with exams. It will be little collective things put together. I'm not sure what they'll be, but we'll see. So I am so happy to show you a little package that Jay from Happy Colourist Jay has sent me. So she wanted to send me something in return for the giveaway book, The Flower Year, that I sent her, and I sent her a colour picture as well, and she opened it on her channel, and I'm here to show you this. So this will be at the start of this match of videos. It probably won't go up straight away, but I've got some tiles here just to cover up personal information. This was something that I did in art and we bought this, but I'm so excited. I've opened the back. I haven't seen what's inside because I don't want to obviously spoil it, but I thought it would be easier if I do open it first, because you know how bad I am with opening things one-handed. So let's have a look. Ooh, look at these. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jay. I saw these both on your channel and because I think you got them because I saw them on Red Tifa's channel as well, and Steph's channel. Oh my gosh, I didn't know how to get them. I looked at them. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And also, summer and spring are probably some of my favourite seasons as well. Oh, that's so kind of you, Jay. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. And these will be great as well because I can just play around with different medias, because the card is lovely and thick. Oh my gosh, so cute, and they're really nice. You know, just take them travelling and things like that. Thank you so much. I'm not going to read the note. Let me just have a look. Oh, that's lovely. So she coloured me this. Oh, that's so cool. So we've kind of done something for each other. Oh, that's so lovely, Jay. And I think I have a frame that I can put this in. I know you put mine in a frame. Oh, and Stickles, love them. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to move that. Oh, thank you. So this is what she sent me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Jay. You didn't have to do this, obviously, because the giveaway was separate to that, but oh, thank you so much. So this is the first part of the video. I hope you enjoyed this little Happy Mail unboxing, and I will see you in the next segment of the video. Bye! Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I'm going to be doing my second part of my mishmash video. So the first part you will have seen was the little gift that Jay from Happy Colourist Jay got me. So that was an opening of some Happy Mail. This part 2 is going to be a tutorial on leaves, so how I colour leaves. And I just want to say that these are my own ideas for leaves. You don't have to copy them if you don't want to. You can take the colour palettes if you want, I don't mind. You also don't have to have Sagarok Sagna to be able to do this, and you don't have to do it on the same page. You don't have to follow if you don't want to. But if you want a sort of tutorial-y, chatty type video, or part of the video, then I think this will be for you. So, sorry. So I'm going to tilt the camera so that it's easy for me to colour, and I'm going to be working on, or starting I should say, a page in here, and it's the little mouse. Now I am going to be using Holbeins. Again, you don't have to use Holbeins. I fully understand if you don't have them. They're very, very expensive. So, you know, I will try and convert them as best as I can to other pencils. So I'm just going to move this back for you. So my hand's going to be here, so it's going to be a bit different, or even to the side here. But what we're going to begin with is some of these leaves here. Now, these are fairly simplistic leaves, and I'm just going to be testing stuff out with you. So it's kind of my trial too. Well, not my trial, but my ideas. So I'm actually not using Holbeins for all of it. I'm using them for some of it. So this first one that I'm doing isn't Holbein. I'm actually using two Stabilo pencils, and these have quite a waxy feel to them, and they are quite good. And I'm also going to be using a Faber-Castell Eco. So we have, if you do have them, I don't expect many people have the Stabilo pencils because they're not very well known. And I think it's a 24 set. So I am using, oh gosh, sorry, I just knocked the camera there, obviously I would do that. So this is Faber-Castell Eco Limes. This is the Eco pencil. And then the two Stabilo pencils I have, they don't have names but they have numbers. We've got 550 and 585. So the comparisons to these would be, these ones are basically the same. The Eco one and the lighter green are basically the same. So I don't think I'm actually going to use the Eco one. So you can set that aside. I'm going to be using these two. Sorry, I just was really confused. So these two. The light one, if you're using Polychromos, would be the light green, and this olivey colour is just one of the dark olive greens, so maybe the earth green yellowish, or the one of the darker ones, and it could be an olive green and Prismacolor or something like that. So I'm going to zoom in for you. Okay. So we're going to be doing some of these leaves up here. So these ones are really, really simple. And all I'm going to do is get a base of that lighter green down. So this will work for any pencils that you have. So then I'm going to lightly, this is light pressure, as I just did with the layer of the base. I'm just going to go at the tip here because it's being shadowed by these leaves. And then I'm just going along the cut of the leaf too, where the line is. And I've done that very, very lightly. And then I'm going to go over that lightly with the lighter green. And you'll notice that obviously I am kind of layering it up. If you want to, you can just go straight into it and do really, really hard pressure. But I just want to show you something. Let me just grab a piece of paper and show you what I'm talking about, because otherwise it won't make sense. Okay, if you just went straight in and coloured, and you can see that it cracks a bit, there we go. If I do really, really, really hard pressure and go in, I know this is on yellow, but yeah, it's on yellow. You can see how bright it comes out compared to this. And that's not what I'm after, so that's why I'm layering. And you'll see that with layering, you can get very subtle colours or a different colour than you were expecting. On a swatch, one of the best things that you can do is either gradiate from dark to light, so that you can see how light it can get. You could just circle or something like that and do hard pressure versus light. And that way, you can see that actually it can create a very different tone of that colour. So, as I said, I've just gone in with that light colour again. This is when you're going to start putting the pressure down now. So I'm just going over that again. This is when you can use hard pressure. But because you're using the hard pressure now, there's already layers of the lighter colour going on top. So it's not going to be very, very dark. So that's as dark as I'm going to go. And then I'm going to lightly blush in that lighter colour on top of it. And it's not too bright. but it's still a nice olivey green. So I'm going to leave that as that is. I'm not going to use any blending pencils or anything like that. I'm going to do one more for you. So this one is shadowed a bit more. Sorry. So again, I've done the light layer, and then you're going to lightly go over these. This time we're going to go all the way up to here because it's shadowed by the one we've just coloured. Then you're going to go over again lightly with that lighter, and then this is when you put the pressure down of the darker. There we go, and then finally finishing with the lighter colour. And what this should also do is make sure that you actually don't need a blender pencil. If you layer up enough with any pencil, you will get to a certain point where you can't layer anymore, and that's when you won't need a blending pencil. So that is the first leaf, and for me in this picture I'm going to do all of these ones with that colour. These ones I'm going to do slightly differently, and I will show you now. So I'm going to see what difference it makes using this Eco pencil as the base, but still using that same Stabilo dark green. So I want to see what the difference is between the two, and you can see that with hard pressure, that's what those two pencils look like. The bottom one is the Eco pencil and the top one is the Stabilo. So you can see the Eco one is lighter. So I'm going to do this one here. So we're going down with the Eco first, lightly. And this is when you can begin with leaves to experiment with colour and see how layering different colours up actually affects how it comes out. Just gone lightly like we just did, we're doing the same process. Then you're going to go over again lightly with that Eco Lime. And then you're going to go in again, and this is when you use slightly harder pressure all the way here. And then finally you're going to blend that Eco pencil in. And I actually prefer how that's come out. It's a lot more subtle, it's very similar, but it's not the same. You can see that that is lighter than this, slightly. You may not be able to pick it up on the camera, but for me, I can see it. So they are two different leaves, and you can I can see the difference just using a different base colour. And base colours are really, really important when it comes to things like this. So now I'm going to be testing a brighter green colour combination, but with something a bit different. And this is quite out there, but I want to show you what I have discovered. Well, not discovered, but I found quite interesting with colouring these. So we're going to use 3 Holbeins, and the easiest thing I can do is compare this to Prismacolor. So we have a dark evergreen colour, OP254. If you don't have this, you can use the dark leaf green, I think, in Polychromos, or you can use apple green or grass green in Prismacolor. Then we have fresh green, which would be the lighter greens in Polychromos, or spring green in Prismacolor, and this one, luminous green. So the luminous green is a neon colour. So if you've got a neon, I don't think they do neon green in, I'm not sure if they do neon green in set. If you don't have a neon green and you want to test this out, you can use a normal kind of light green like this fresh green and add some neon yellow to it. I'm just going to test that out for you. So obviously I know this is on yellow, so it won't come out the same. But I'm just going to test it out, and then I'll show you what I've done. So actually they're pretty similar. So these are very, very light, but they're pretty similar, so that would work. Okay, and I'm going to be testing it on this leaf here, and I'm quite excited about this. So, sorry. So I'm going to start with the luminous green. Is this showing up? Oh no, that's good that I spotted that, because I would have carried on. Okay, So the leaf we're doing is right at the bottom of the screen here. So we're going to begin with this lighter, this is the luminous green, very, very light layer. Then we're going in with the darkest colour this time. And just going along that middle and creating a line of shadow underneath. Then we're going in with that middle green and going along all of these lines. Once you've done that, you're going to go over with the luminous green again, but this time you're going to do it very, very lightly because you don't want it to show up too much. If it shows up too much, it defeats the whole point, because you want it to show through a little bit but not too much. Okay, so that is finished. But what I'm going to test is adding a blender and seeing if that brings out the luminous green a bit more. It probably won't. So actually that makes it more subtle, which actually looks really, really nice. So I'm just going to go over again with the luminous green. So it just proves that using a neon colour, it doesn't mean that it has to be, let me just open a few windows, there we go, it doesn't have to be in your face bright type of thing. The last one I want to test out is putting yellow down as a base. Now I think this one will be quite interesting because it can come out very differently. So I'm going to be using, let's see, I'm going to be using those same Stabilo pencils that I used before. So the lighter green and the darker olive green. So obviously I've compared those already. And then we have cream here in the Holbein, which could be cream in Prismacolor, cream in Holbein. It probably matches the cream in Holbein a little bit more, but it's totally up to you. So is that going to work? Okay, so we're going to do this leaf here. So I'm going to do a base of the yellow. Then we're going to go in with the lighter of the greens. So that's very, very light. And then we're going to go in with that darker green. And this is hard-ish pressure. You don't want it to be too hard. And then with that lighter green, you're going to go in all of these crevice areas. It's quite hard to do with this because it's fairly small. And then you're going to go over the whole thing with that cream. And then go over the whole thing with the green, the lighter green. So I am just going to go over that with a blender pencil. I don't really need to, but you know. So you can see all of the different effects that we've created. So I'm going to leave it here, but this is just a few ideas. The main thing I want to get across is different bases. So here we use the cream, here we use the neon green, here we used a more kind of lighter olive green, and for this one we used the lighter light green. So each one looks slightly different, and I think that it's quite interesting to test with these colours, you know, the different effects that we can get. Let me just bring it up for you. Like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it's given you a few ideas of different colour palettes that you can use if you would like to follow. I'll just quickly go over the colours that we've used again. So we used, and I'm not going to call what the names are, I'm going to say the name of the colour so that you can match it. So we have here a light green, an olive green, cream. We have here a dark bright green, a medium to light bright green, a neon green, and a light green. So there are all the colours we used. As I said, if you don't have a neon green, you can use a neon yellow and the light green to layer up, and then you can get the same effect. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is obviously part 2 of the mash-up video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Bye everyone!